The question proposed by our moderator, Freud, whether he is a psychologist, philosopher, neurologist, doctor, hypnotist or liturgist, how? I would like you think from a beginning. That is, Freud is successful because he is very practical man. He starts his theories, he starts his research from a practical point of view. Till the point of Freud, everybody had a philosophical look or theological look, because it was religion that was taking upper hand. From the superego, everybody was thinking to coming to life, trying to understand physics, but it is Freud who started with it. See, it is basically every psychologist, every psychological analysis theories starts like this. Personality analysis. Even psychosocial analysis of Erik Erikson, the childhood experiences then goes back. In the same way, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, in the basement, he has clearly given it is the physical needs they are supposed to meet. So everybody never denied about this. But what about Freud? See, before entering into Freud, all these theories, let it be. If at all we would like to do justice to Freud, let us start from our point of view. What is reality to us? Who is man? What is personality? What are the components of personalities? Our personality. We have physic, we have psych, we have spirit or consciousness. Anything, perfectly okay. These are the three most components. It can be divided into 30, 3000 or anything else like. But basic components are three. In that way, what is first coming? From mother's womb, as a baby when we are coming, when we are angry, when we are hungry, we cry, that's all. When the need is met, we peacefully sleep. No anxiety. When the physical need is not met, there comes anxiety. As we are growing, we look, oh, my mother is not okay because she is working there. Now, if I am crying, she may not like me. If it is going on like that, my mother may hurt me. So, what I can do is that, let me wait for my mother. It's a psychology. The psych comes second. As grows, the socialization. People, those who are near. As time goes, when I am little older, I think or I take into myself that waiting for the food is a value. As soon as I am hungry, I should not shout like an animal. See, the value is added after a long time. For a baby of 2 months, 1 month, 1 year, if you sit and explain, see, you should wait for the meals because it is a good value, can't understand. See, this is the practical life we have. Freud started confidently on this field because he is the pioneer. He has to go and search. He had enough time, but not sufficient time to finish all the psychological points or all the basic points. So Freud started very nicely. Everybody was with Freud. As the time goes, Freud emphasized on 1905 the three theories and sexuality. After that, slowly people deviated from Freud. See, that was a religious dominant time. Freud was fighting against these kind of thoughts or superiority of religion or superiority of morality or superiority of superego. That's the word he is using, okay. Till that time, superego was not there. But it was Freud. So that superego, Freud is trying to say that it is in the last. It is not in the first or it's not in the beginning. So what is important is like physics. And he emphasized that physics into sex. And people felt, oh, he is no more to be applied because the society Even after 1,000 years of this Freudian theories, 100 years of Freudian theories, where we are going to reach till pre-Freudian concepts are prevalent. Even in our country, you can see in our India, Osho came with a enlightenment theory. At a point of view, he was marked as a philosopher, one who emphasizes on free sex. So they marked that, and slowly after that he was not into the public. Public was not ready to accept. The same thing happened to Freud also. So in that way, why I am giving this introduction, Freud is valued forever. Nobody can avoid Freud in a psychology, sociology, literature, and even politics, even in day-to-day life. See, dream nobody cares about. Freud cared about. He said it has a meaning. Man has a meaning. Nothing happens without a meaning. If you have a physics, start from there. What is reality to you? Start from there. So in that way, Freud starts with it. So even to understand in a little way, three concepts we have. We have physics, we have psyche, we have consciousness or spirit. The physics can be set as body, the psyche can be set as mind, and the consciousness, spirit can be set as superego. So it, the mind as ego, and the consciousness as superego. Three concepts, nothing new. It was already there, but the emphasis of Freud is given to it. What is it? It is an impulsive nature of physics, which responds directly and immediately to basic urges, needs, desires. Basic urge, needs, desires. If there is no basic urge, when you are hungry as a child, if you were not crying, you would not have had meals, you would not have survived today. So it was correct for a child to be impulsive. It has to behave, it has to respond to it. When the it impulses are disturbed, when the it impulses are not met properly, there comes anxiety. So man's nature of human behavior is to respond to the anxiety. So reducing anxiety is the man's behavioral nature. This is Freud's basic concepts. In that way, impulse, whether this impulse is something not to be noted, or is it not worth? No. Impulse has a principle behind. Anything that has a principle, if it is good, impulse also have a principle. What is that principle? Impulses, it works on the pleasure principle. The principle we know, everybody know. Who is a man? In any book it is given, man is a pleasure seeking animal. See, that's how we have been studying. All the science books and historical books, any book, what's the nature of human being? It is given very clearly. Pleasure seeking animal. If man is a pleasure seeking animal, then what is that pleasure seeking principle? What is the pleasure principle? Pleasure principle, which is the idea that every wishful impulse should be satisfied immediately, regardless of the consequences. It has a principle, pleasure principle. That principle has a definition in it, that every wishful impulse should be met. There comes. Then what is the impulse? Dictionary meaning is given. Impulse is a sudden desire to do something. It comes suddenly. See, we don't think, okay, it is time 12, after 30 minutes I may get hungry. No. Hungry comes as it is. See, it's a sudden. All the physical needs, everything is going on smoothly. Suddenly we look something, we have a desire. Why can't I have that ice cream? I feel like playing, man. Hey, what happened to you? No, I don't know. I was okay, normal, everything is going on. Hey, you are interested in this work. Suddenly I have that impulse of going and playing, man. I want to have some exercise for my body. The impulse has two nature. One is, it comes sudden. See, because of that only, we are connecting unconscious for the it. The is connected with unconscious because the unconscious is unorganized. From the childhood, who knows? We have to keep all things in its own place. It's a chaotic life, not organized life. And all that happens around me, I can't understand from my brain because it is not developed yet. So everything is dumped into the unconscious. So it is working out of unconscious energy. That unconscious energy is unorganized energy. So impulses is a force energy that causes acts for a reaction. How many impulses are there? Two basic impulses Freud is trying to focus upon. It is his later invention. From the beginning, as you have heard his story, his literature, he was always in a dynamic. He was never fixed into a concept. He was ready to be open for the reality. From his life point of view, he has been emphasizing. So in that way, two basic impulses he is trying to say. One is libido, life energy. What is life? Basically, have food, have sex, reproduction. So physical desires to be met so that we can live. In the beginning, he was giving only these impulses, everything as life-giving impulses, libido energy. But as it was going, the world war was going on, he was little disturbed because people are not fighting for life, they have aggressive energy within them. When do they have aggressive energy within them? There is a aggressive impulse, that is death impulse. It is Freud who is coining the term self-destructive impulses. Don't say death, it's a self-destructive. Here we have to understand Freud from the dialectical point of view, because it is in the Freud time dialectical materialism was found by Karl Marx. For him, there is a rational dialecticalism. So Hegel was giving dialectical method to come to a rationalization. Marx takes that into materialism. Freud is taking that too, because everybody was German. All the philosophy, all these concepts from German. They were all in the same level of arguing. For the crowd, they have to affirm themselves. Each other influence each other. In that way, Freud is taking that all the life energies are towards death. How can life has death? Because all the people came from this world war, after victory, they are not ready to live. They had an idea of suicidal tendency. Not only that, his 18-year-old grandson, as he was playing a game, it was a very aggressive game. After all success, he had disturbed. There was repressiveness. Again, playing the same game, mind level depression comes in that he, even in his bed, as he was sleeping, he was go, come. Freud was slowly going on analysis, found out that, okay, every life energy has its own death energy within itself. That's true. Even this dialectical analysis is given everywhere. Every philosophy has its own destruction within itself. Every energy has its own destruction within itself. As it is growing slowly, we don't need anything. We need only that itself can go to death by itself. So that kind of consciousness, so he is giving only two. Sexual impulses are libido, they are called basic needs, and aggressive impulses are self-destructive impulses. Now impulses, are they bad? No. The role of impulses are very, very important, because as the impulses grow within ourselves, we are trying to meet that impulses. For that human beings behave. Otherwise, human beings will not behave. So, impulses are compulsory. See, even we know that if we don't have hungry in the stomach, who is going to work? Nobody will do any work. Now hungry, relaxed. What's the purpose of working? At least for this stomach, for the food. When it is over, then we go to the psych impulses. People, those who don't have hungry, stomach is filled, heart is not filled, they are working for heart. Now heart is also filled with love and belongingness. Now there is some urge, that is spirit within them, and they are working for self-transcendence. That's it. So impulses, we don't look very mean. Impulses, we don't look very cheap. Impulses are the life energies that give, motivates us. What's the importance? So it is impulses, because of that we go for human behaviors. That is, and Freud also gives 4 important concepts based on this. First is, the goal of human behavior is tension reduction. First, he is saying it is not for productive activity. To release tension, man is working. It's very difficult to understand Freud. Even he says that sex is not for a productive activity, it is going, but as people are using it for a tension reduction behavior, he is a genius. We have to accept. People will not accept that in a public platform. They will say, no, he, out of love and care and concern, we partners met together and we gave birth to a baby. Is that true? Everybody's conscience knows, but nobody comes to the platform saying that yes, even in this quarantine times, there are a lot of conceived women. Is that out of love and care that happened? No. Freud is always correct. He says that it is human behaviors are the goal of human behavior is first tension reduction. Second, there can be a product, that's something superb. Second point is human only have limited amount of energy. That limited amount of energy only human being have to control all the desires. That is, all behavior has a cause and effect method. So here again comes, every behavior has its own roots in either ego or superego, either in unconscious or preconscious or conscious mind. So all these things are there. Every action has its own root in ego or superego. Fourth, mental energy is derived from body. He goes on saying that, he goes on emphasizing on that. Okay, now it's about basic concepts. I have explained to you more about it because it is basic for Freud.